Hey, Joe Davidson here, founder of Oklahoma Joe's and Barbecue Hall of Famer. Today I'm cooking at the beautiful Greystone Castle Sporting Club. It's in Mingus, Texas, just west of Fort Worth. And I'm gonna tell you, this is wild country out here. Mesquite brush, wildlife, deer, everything you could ever imagine. It's a sportsman's paradise. Today we're gonna be doing a beautiful whole hog. When I'm doing a whole hog, I like to use lump charcoal, a combination of hickory and mesquite wood. Total cooking time on this is gonna be about 8 hours. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna be putting an injection all through this. That way we're really adding moisture to it. It's just apple juice, white vinegar, salt, sugar, and some MSG. You put it on the stove or on your smoker and let it get warm enough to where all the mixture is blended together. You want to melt that sugar, melt that salt into that, and that's when it's time to start pumping this pig full of marinade. We've got a great injector. That way you don't have to hold it just in a little syringe. You can literally take this, put this in the tube there. I verify that it is indeed pumping moisture for me. And we're going to pump this pig full of marinade. So into the shoulders, there, there. And you just want to really, I'm talking about pump this full of your marinade. Okay, we've fired up our Oklahoma Joe smoker. This is the reverse flow Longhorn. This is the unit that's perfect for doing a whole hog. So we've added the charcoal, the mesquite chunks to this. We've fired it up. We're up to 250 degrees. It's time to put that whole hog on. Okay, we've injected our pig. We've got our cooker fired up. Now the one last thing I'm gonna do is to just wrap literally the ear and the tails with foil. And that's gonna keep them protected during the cooking process. If you don't do this and you cook it 8 hours, there's a good chance that you're gonna lose your ears and tails, and that's part of the beautiful presentation of a whole hog. And the same thing with the tail. Get you a piece of foil and wrap it around the tail. And this bad boy is ready to go on the smoker. Okay. So we've got our hog loaded up there. The thing to always remember is that this is a long cook process, approximately 8 hours. We're gonna start monitoring the internal meat temperature at about 4 to 5 hours. Always remember, about once an hour, add 2 to 3 pounds of charcoal and additional wood chunks in there to maintain that perfect even temperature of approximately 250 to 275 degrees. And that's all there is to it. Okay, we're about an hour into this bad boy, so it's time to check it and add about 2 to 3 pounds of lump charcoal and more wood chips and chunks. We're gonna be using mesquite wood today for that. So I'm gonna go ahead and add the charcoal. And then I'm gonna follow up with mesquite wood. And let that get going. Kick back, relax. Let the smoker do the work for you, and let's check this again in about an hour. It's been exactly 8.5 hours, and this hog is perfect. We're looking for that magic internal 200 degrees, but also to where it's like the thermometer goes into it like butter. I love the Oklahoma Joe instant read thermometers because they're so accurate. They're versatile. You open it, it turns it on, and it's ready to tell us exactly what that internal meat temperature is. The moment we've been waiting for. I'm so excited. Whoo! Look at that beautiful, beautiful pig. I love it. Skin is nice and firm. Give a little bark on the outside, and it feels a little hollow. That's what I'm looking for. And deep into it, I'm gonna stab in there. 198. That is gorgeous. I guarantee you this pig is perfect. It's ready to serve right now. Now that the whole hog is ready to pull off the smoker, I'm gonna tell you it can be delicate. Number one is to be really careful about how you pull it off the smoker. Number two, you wanna have a board that you can put that hog on so you can carry it to the serving table itself. Let's get this thing off and have some fun carving a pig. Look at this. Woohoo! Oh, there you go. All right. And we're gonna move that to our table now. So now that you've got your hog off the smoker, the real question is, how do I serve this thing? Garnishing is one element, but how do you carve a whole hog? It's so easy. Number one, you start making an incision all the way across the backbone, all the way to the head, from tail to head, and then an incision, a cut that way, and a cut this direction. That'll allow us to fold that skin down. And I always work from one side first. Once that part of the pig has been consumed, then you peel the back side down as well. That keeps one side of it always looking beautiful during your party. You know, so garnishing a pig is somewhat of an art form itself. So I always want to start in layers. So I start with a lower layer of kale on the bottom of it. I want to start out by putting the green kale first, and I just barely tuck it underneath there to line that edge of it, and then follow up with a piece of purple in there, and then do the same thing around the whole thing like that, just tucking that in there. This is going to make that pig look like it's sitting on a blanket of beautiful vegetables and fruits. The other thing I do is I'll take pineapples and I cut off the base of it just to square it up, and I'm going to use these as cornerstones of the garnish there. And then we're going to layer in additional pieces of orange and apples here and there. We put a board or really a wood chunk in its mouth during the cooking process so it's open. We do that so that when we add an apple to the mouth, it doesn't break that bottom jaw off that thing. So that's fit in there. Again, I'm gonna start layering these through here and there, and then I'm gonna put bunches of grapes around it. So basically the whole thing is gonna be full of fruits, kale, pineapples, etc. And we'll finish garnishing this as we get ready to serve it.